the light's not bad, but I might add just a little more light. And have your usual props, a couple pillows and a blanket and anything else that you want. Always, always, and forever, you can add any props that you would like to have to make your practice exactly right for you, including you're allowed to like go grab something else that you want in the middle of the practice. I mean, try to have them close by, but give yourself permission to do that. All right. A beautiful butterfly, which I know is more springtime, but the colors of this butterfly, you can imagine like the fall colors as we enter November. And this beautiful quote from Jai Guranji: "In order to be that gentler, stronger, more resilient version of me, I must first stop, breathe, and learn how to simply be." Oh, it's such a good reminder. It's one of the reasons why we come to the practice, because when we're off the mat, we want to be able to find those feelings of being and of calm, even when life is swirling around us, because it always is. Life is very lifey. So we come here and we learn some skills, hopefully. And we learn them together. I'm right there with you. I'm not telling you what you need to do. You can do a scan of your body here and just notice if you'd like to change your legs, if you'd like to change the arms, and then just settle in. Our first practice of November, which I call YESvember. I've done that for years and years and years. YESvember, so I can try to remember to say yes to things that are good for me. Notice how your body is breathing in this moment. See if you can feel it in the chest or maybe the belly. Breathing in and out of your nose. Easy, graceful breaths. Notice if your mind wandered. It's so good at that. That's its job. And then you just bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. Grateful for these moments where we practice being instead of doing. Let's send out some love, some blessings, something good, someone or someplace that could use a little extra today. Release your hands. When you're ready, hug your knees in. And you know what to do here. You can be still, or you can allow a gentle rocking side to side. Few more breaths. Release your legs, and we are coming right into supported bridge. We're going to do some things there, but we'll have the pelvis elevated. If you are not wanting to do that, of course, you could just stay right on your mat. So that might feel like a better choice today. Otherwise, press down, lift the pelvis, bring your cushion underneath. Remembering that the cushion does not have to be this big. This is a couch pillow, but you could use a blanket. You could have a towel, like a hint of elevation counts. It all counts. All right. And when you arrive, let's first take the feet a little wider and let the knees fall together and allow your arms to go out into a T. Take a few nice full breaths here. Just notice a full breath, but not a forced breath. Notice how it feels to have your arms reaching out. Gentle stretch on the inner arm, maybe through the armpit, across the chest. Slide your arms back down by your sides. Take the knees apart and hug your right leg in. You can hold the shin or the thigh. Your left leg can stay bent, or perhaps you want to slide it out. You can let the left leg be a Shavasana style, just completely relaxed. Or by putting flexion in the ankle, you can make that leg active. There's time for both. How are your shoulders? Sometimes when I hug my leg in, I also hug my shoulders up to my ears. So I might remind them to relax. Let's take super slow motion, 3 ankle circles in each direction. Go very slow. Slowly. Noticing. Brings your awareness right into the foot and ankle. Just 3 in each direction. Super slow-mo. And release. We'll switch sides. Hug the left leg in. Decide on the right leg. It can stay bent. Maybe after a few breaths, you want to straighten it out. Shavasana style or more active. Different choices. All good choices. Check in with shoulders. Check in with breath. Super slow-mo. Left ankle circles. Noticing a difference maybe on this side. I definitely notice. Not as easy to make a circle slowly. I want to just breeze right on by. Reverse for 3. Slow and steady, or slow and choppy in my case. Let the foot rest. We'll take a few more breaths here on this second side. Release the left leg. Both legs bent. Let's take that pause again where the feet are a little wider. Knees fall together. Allow the hip creases to soften, to relax, and then maybe arms out in a T. maybe arms kind of heading toward a Y shape. Full breaths in and out. You can always close your eyes. If you have them open, allow them to feel soft. The eyelids are relaxed. So it's not as if you're looking at a phone or reading something. The eyes are taking an exhale. Notice where you feel the breath, belly, chest, maybe entering and leaving the nostrils. And we'll take a few more full breaths right here. Your full breath, not mine. Slide your arms down. Take the legs apart and let's take right leg on top of the left for thread the needle. Any variation, remember you can also do a little tilt or turn side to side, tiny bit, just to feel what you feel. And we'll be here for several breaths. So at some point, you may want to draw the legs in, or you may want to stay here with your left foot connected to the earth. If you hug your legs in, please remind your shoulders to relax. And whichever thread the needle shape you're in, the right leg is on top. Squeeze and release the right buttock 3 times. Really slow. Takes your awareness right there. Contracting and even releasing slowly. It's a challenge. And once you finish with your third, take your awareness to your right toes. Right leg is on top, right toes. We'll squeeze, scrunch, and then spread out. Just 3 times. All good things come in threes. That's what they say. Keep it nice and slow. And then find stillness. We'll be here about another minute. Releasing. Pausing with your feet on the ground. Knees bent, or if you'd like, you might slide the legs out and let them relax, or you can keep the ankles in flexion. Just take a full inhale, maybe a gentle sigh out of the exhale, open mouth. And we come back, bend the knees. Left leg comes on top of the right. Checking in. Any variation of thread the needle, you know we're going to be here for a while. Perhaps adding in this tiny tilting side to side. Notice your shoulders, notice your breath. Your left leg is on top. So we will start with the left buttock 3 times, super duper slow-mo, contracting and releasing. Awareness comes down to your toes once you've finished, and 3 times scrunching and spreading the toes. Notice the whole foot really gets involved. It's not just the toes. And find a place that feels good. We'll be here for about a minute. Graceful, soothing breaths. Release this side. You can keep your knees bent, or again, you might slide your legs out. You can let the legs relax or keep them active by heels down, toes toward the sky. This time, maybe a few times you'd like to reach the arms up and over and back down by your sides. Arms by your sides or arms up and over, whole body stretching. Even if your legs are bent and your arms are down, you're still breathing into the whole body. 3 breaths. Return your arms. Bend the knees if they're not, and draw your legs in toward your chest. And you might be really happy to stay right here. It's kind of an upside down child's pose with a little bit of zhuzh, a little boost there. If you'd like, I want to talk to the hamstrings a little bit. So you can take one leg and straighten it, bend, and then the other leg. I still have the legs hugged in. I'm kind of resting my hands on the thighs and just slowly moving from one leg to the other. You could certainly make it more active by taking the legs away from the torso a little bit. Just a different way to do it. Any way that feels good. You can point the foot. You know that usually finds the love on the shin. And you can also flex the ankle, reaching more through the heel, and that most likely will help you find the calves. Maybe a couple times, you'll take both legs. Same time, straightening and bending. Make sure you feel even. We'll do just a few more breaths here. Happy hamstrings for YESvember. And bring your arms, sorry, these are legs. Bring your legs down. Feet a little wider. Knees fall together. Arm choices. You might like the T. You might like the Y. Or maybe a cactus arm. Do just a few rotations. If you're in cactus, you know this one. You could also, if you're in the T, turn the palms down and up. So you'll rotate from there. The Y, whoops, my glasses. You can also do, oh, that's such an interesting feeling, doing that rotation in the Y. Just maybe 1 or 2 more. And we pause when we are going to be instead of do. So the arms, you can stay in cactus or any other shape with the arms that feels good. The legs can stay here with knees together, or legs in neutral, or even legs up in the sky. All good choices. Bring your awareness to your breathing and this feeling of taking a load off, being instead of doing. Staying here for a few more breaths. Bring your feet down to the mat. Bring your hands onto your belly or maybe face down on the floor or your mat. A few more breaths here, connected to the ground. Lift up off your cushion. Take your time. We've been there for a while. And come down onto the ground. And it might feel really good to be right in stillness, right there with knees bent, or you might want to hug your knees in. Maybe a gentle rocking. Release your legs. Slide your right leg out. Slide your right arm up and over. Just extend, lengthen through this whole right side. Full breath in and out. Maybe point the right foot. See if you could reach a little bit longer. Release arm and leg, left side, leg out, arm up and over, reaching, breathing with your focus on the left side of your body, maybe pointing the left foot. Releasing the arm, bring the leg back. And now both legs will come out. Both legs will slide to the left. Any amount. Keep your pelvis grounded. You can stack the legs if that feels comfortable. Honestly, sometimes it's just funny to me because it's different which leg feels better stacked. It's not like, oh, you need to stack this leg on top. Just pick one that feels good, try both. And remember, you can also just have the legs side by side, but we're probably feeling some outer hip, maybe outer thigh. From here, and this is plenty, you might be like, oh, best thing ever. I want to stay right here. Or you might reach the arms up. And you might add that scooting, that kind of movement of the torso, which can feel really awkward to move, to get the torso going in the same direction as the legs. So you've become a wonderfully beautiful crescent moon. Lots of awareness on both sides. This extended side feels like it can take the biggest, nicest breath, and then the contracted side is like, what do I do? Well, try to breathe into that side as well. 2 more whole body breaths. Right here, side stretch extravaganza. And we unbuild just as slowly as we built it. So we come back to center with the upper body, arms down, come back maybe into Shavasana shape. And just pause for a moment. One side might feel different than the other side now. Let's slide the legs to the right. Any amount, pelvis stays grounded. Playing if you'd like to stack the legs or not stack. And then perhaps this time I'm going to scoot first, upper body, then reach the arms. Always room for exploration. Breathing into both sides, the scrunchy side and the lengthened side. A few more breaths here. Slow, slow, coming back all the way into a shape of Shavasana. Pausing, feeling, breathing. Bend your knees, have your feet about as wide as the mat. I'm going to place hands on belly because we've done a lot of reaching out with the arms, but you can take any shape that you'd like. We're taking some windshield wipers with the legs. I'm just going to have hands on belly. Remember, when we do this, the legs slowly move side to side. And if your hands are on your belly, they kind of go side to side like a gentle little caress. Find a pace that feels really good on your low back, the pelvis, maybe feeling some stretch on the front of the thighs, front of the hips. And you can continue to move side to side. Or next time you are to the left, pause, Take a few breaths right here. Slowly making your way to the second side if you're holding. Legs to the right and pause. Coming back to center. Knees can stay bent or you can straighten your legs out. Arms can be anywhere. I'm going to go for Shavasana arms. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to use one of my hands on the forehead, hand to the forehead, so that I can gently guide my head left and right. It's a passive movement. My head doesn't have to do anything. The arm is guiding the head left and right. Any amount. If you don't like this, take your hand away and just let your head roam side to side. There's a gentle push and pull. And feel the warmth or maybe the energy of your hand connected to your forehead. And we'll go one more time each way. When you come back to center, release the arms. And your choice, you can unfold right now and come into your Shavasana. If it would feel good to hug the knees in one last time, give yourself a squeeze, you can do that. And then you'll unfold, let yourself stretch out. You can have your pillows supporting your thighs, setting up for a lovely Shavasana. It's time to rest. And bring your awareness back to your breath, noticing each inhale and each exhale. And if you would like, you can remain perfectly still, or you can take your index fingers to your inner eyebrows. I'm just going to rub along the eyebrow outward, almost like you're trying to spread the eyebrows out. And you'll do that a couple more times. You can add another finger if you want. I like the index finger. Just spreading the eyebrows apart, following along. And we'll do one more. And this time, when you get to the end of your eyebrows, add your index finger, middle finger, massaging the temples, just going around in a few circles. And you'll begin to slide down the face with fingers on the face and your thumb under your jawline, just massaging cheeks, jawline, all the way kind of to the chin. You can kind of go back up toward the jaw, the ear. Let it feel good. This is an area that we can hold a lot of tension. And then just tap, lightly tap your whole face, your forehead, your temples, your ears, your chin, and then release your arms, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch, reaching your arms up and over. And rolling on to one side into fetal pose. Noticing how you feel after your practice today. Bring yourself up to sit. And we'll connect our hands together at the heart center, grateful for the practice and for each other. It's really a month of gratitude, so I'm going to be grateful for all the things we can be grateful for all the time. Just really trying to bring some of that energy in to help us stay grounded and joyful so that we can share that with others too. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your practice this evening. Thank you, ladies.